It's another large hexahedron cluster. It's 6:30, the 27th of March. This is 6:30 in the morning. And this is a large hexahedron cluster. It came on about not even 10 minutes ago. It's over straight downtown Toronto and over the lakeshore. It's at about 3,000 feet altitude. I'm gonna have to stand up to just see how high it is. Okay, there it is. Yeah, okay, that's 3,000 feet. It's just gone into its invisible mode. And it's really large. Yeah. I gotta get closer. Okay. Okay, now I got it. It's in a plasma state. Okay, so before it was a hexahedron cluster. It's still a hexahedron cluster, but now it's in a plasma state. And what you're looking at is the large orbs within that nucleus revolving around the center. And all around it, as you can see, are millions, zillions of orbs that are not glowing at all. And because it's daylight, or starting to become daylight, you can actually see them. And you can see the speed that they're going at. The velocity is tremendous. The air is full of those orbs that don't glow, because they're part of that nucleus. They're the cluster around the nucleus, and that hexahedron cluster in the middle that glows is the nucleus. But all the other ones are part of it, part of the same cluster, and that can stretch for hundreds of miles. So this proves two things: that the hexahedron cluster can be a material object, and then it can turn into a plasma state, and the plasma state that glows, and the cluster nucleus that glows, is actually the center point, or the nucleus of a much larger cluster of all the orbs that you see in the air lying around it. The movement is counterclockwise. It's always counterclockwise. And the velocity gives them their vibrational level or frequency. And you can see that they exist at a much higher pace of life than we do. And that's how they're able to travel through different dimensions and go from place to place really quick. You can just see the zillions and zillions of organisms, and they're all clusters themselves. They're just smaller than the nucleus, and inside the nucleus there are other clusters, and they're large, but there are a large and small mixture of clusters in the nucleus, right down to the very smallest ones. And in the air as well, there are large and small clusters. You can only see the large ones, but there are small ones smaller than an atom. There's still clusters, and there's still hexahedrons, no matter what size they are. And take a shot. So this thing will stay up here for hours and slowly move off to another location. It'll be the same all day until the next day and the next day. It just stays the same. But in daytime, when it's very sunny, you can't see it because it's also bright. So it blends in, and it's hard to see unless you're looking right at it. I'm not going to stay here for hours to film it. But this is another very large cluster, and a UFO over Toronto. Wow, there was just a black one that whizzed by, and that was no bird. I hope that caught on film. I'll see you later. That just zipped by. Okay, that's it.